Thank you for joining us for another episode of Kestra Out Loud. Today we're joined by Jason Dudum, Jennfier Hope, Frannie Gardner, and Troy Flinn. And today we're just going to be talking about the resources available at Kestra. You know, how they've impacted your business, how important they've become to you, and maybe how they differ from your previous firm and what you're looking forward to the future. So to jump right in, Jason, we can start with you. Looking at the business side, really general, how has your business grown, improved since you've come to Kestra?
So I think the biggest thing with Kestra is they allow us to grow and they have the resources if we want to use them, but they also let us grow and kind of stay out of our way. And that was kind of, to me, the biggest thing when I came on to Kestra, is when I would meet a client and I would have an idea, the amount of resources or knowledge that I could get from the staff really helped me grow and get larger clients.
Well, that's excellent. Business consulting is something that we really pride ourselves on here at Kestra. What do you think, Jennfier?
My business has really grown a lot since I've come to Kestra. And again, a lot of those resources, the technology has really helped us out quite a bit. You know, as Jason said, just kind of staying out of our way. But I think the thing I appreciate the most is being able to advertise and being able to present myself as this professional advisor that I've always wanted to, you know, present myself as. And, you know, the folks in advertising compliance actually help us do that. And, you know, again, kind of stay out of our way, but point us in the right direction. Mm-hmm. And it's really been a success in helping our business grow.
Excellent.
So we came from an insurance broker-dealer, and to come into the independent space, it is everything that they told us it would be, and that going independent, that our clients, we would explode and organically grow naturally, mm-hmm. and it did. It happened for us that way. And they let us do what we want. They let us be Gardner Wallace. And that's the most important thing. And they have all this technology that, you know, it's like coming out of the dark ages to cutting edge.
Wow.
Yeah, I think we came over in August of 2019, and as everyone knows, the pandemic hit shortly after that. So our exposure to people hasn't been, you know, maybe what it should have been. However, the resources and platform, I think the platforms that are available and that we have access to have allowed us to grow substantially. So we're not cornered into using any one particular platform. Whatever fits the client is whatever's in the best interest of the client is what, you know, it's available. And, you know, that's allowed us to take on very, very large clients, but also handle smaller clients to be able to have the resources to, you know, to provide them.
That's really excellent. So I want to talk a little bit more about the technology side of things. So, of course, Kestra, one of the big things I always like to say, these days, if you're not in the technology business, you're out of business, because that's how important it is. That's how just so integral it is to all new businesses these days. So how has the technology at Kestra helped you kind of grow your business, and how are you using it today?
Well, so we don't use, I don't think, a lot of the technology that maybe is available through Kestra. We do a lot of our assets outside of Kestra with third parties, but I think the key is that you can have resources if you want to use them. And kind of along with that is the concierge team that we have. They truly are a concierge team. A lot of my past broker-dealer had one and it didn't really pan out to that. So when we've needed things, I think that they've been a great resource to get us what we needed.
Oh, okay.
We're totally on board with Kestra's technology. I want to use every single piece of it that I possibly can. And while I had used DocuSign in the past, somehow Kestra has made it substantially better in how it's integrated in the new account opening process. And we found that our transition from the previous broker-dealer went very smoothly and quickly, and we owe a lot of that to the technology and the forward thinking of Kestra.
Wow.
So during the pandemic, being able to DocuSign all the paperwork and not have to go find people and print the paper, and we grew 30% last year with new assets, and a lot of people we never even saw. and met personally in front of each other, and everything was done by DocuSign, which made it like seamless. Like, okay, if you're ready to do it, we'll send you over the paperwork, and click, 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 and it was done, uploaded, and it's a game changer to be able to work in an isolated environment, but still be able to see people. And also, I want to give a shout out to Nick Tybor and his team, because without them during this period, and his assistance to make sure all our systems were safe, and especially when we all went home to work for 2 weeks, that it just was seamless. Like, people knew we weren't in the office, but nothing changed. We were able to meet, see them, and we have continued to be able to meet, see them, do our virtual webinars, and they assisted us with their programs at Kestra, with your programs at Kestra, to use to jump into the virtual world when we were doing our webinars.
That's great to hear. Nick is a rock star. I don't know if you've all gotten to work with him, but he is fantastic to work with. Troy?
Yeah, I would agree with what everyone has said. The e-signature has been a game changer for us in opening accounts and transitioning accounts. It was huge when we transitioned from our previous broker-dealer. One area, though, that in concierge that, that I think has been our biggest benefit, because at our previous broker-dealer, they didn't operate like that. It's nothing, against them, but they, if you called in, you were getting somebody different every time. When we call in now, there's been some delays in service, but at least we know who we're talking to, and things get done. And that actually in the long run has helped us also grow because of being able to handle issues and problems.
Wow, that's really good, and that kind of what brings me on to the next thing I want to talk about is those service teams, right? So Kestra really prides itself on having really advisor-focused service, and you kind of alluded a lot of that right there, Troy. But Jason, you mentioned a little bit of it too. I mean, how important are those service teams? Is there anyone you want to shout out over there too?
Yeah, so ours would be to Jeff Smith and his team. They're amazing. The point, I actually have to remind my staff, just call concierge, because sometimes they'll feel bad doing it, but that's why they're there, and they help us, because a lot of times we're waiting for something, trying to figure it out, and they just will get it done. So really a big shout out to Jeff and his team. And I did think about the DocuSign is something I kind of forgot about, because that was back 2 years ago when the pandemic was going on. But that was a big thing that we did use, was a DocuSign also, because we couldn't meet clients, and it was a little easier. So.
I want to give a shout out to the advisory team. They were great, especially when we were first onboarding, helping us, get our models set up, and just really stellar, deep knowledge. So really helped us move things along.
So ours is Jeff Smith's Team Nimble also, but it's training our staff that it's okay to call them, that they are there to serve us, that we came from a place of such low service, and to say, just call Team Nimble, and they'll tell them, big issue, need it fixed right now, and they jump on it. And then, so the service, that's unparalleled, which is another reason why we came to Kestra, was that we would have concierge service, and it is what they said it would be. And the other shout out is, of course, to the advisory group. We actually had a problem with where we were direct with 15% of our book of business, and the firm had some issues, and we needed to move it. And they helped us, and we got it moved in 3 weeks. So between the compliance and the advisory team, figuring out where to move these assets with the least tax impact, and everyone jumped on, and we got it done, and it was just seamless. It was miraculous to have it's our back office team. It's like I have all these people in Austin who are our support staff for us in Dallas. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, same shout out to Team Swift, who has helped us along the way. Also, to recognize Taylor Hammonds. We do quite a bit of 401k plan work, and his assistance and guidance and the different platforms and how things work at Kestra, have been instrumental in helping us initially transition, but also, bring on new plans and work with new clients.
Excellent. So that's really interesting. That's always something we love to hear, that the service teams are doing a great job, because they are. They're fantastic. Now I want to step back a little bit and talk about kind of your motivations for coming to Kestra. Why did you leave the firm you were at? What other firms were you looking at, and what ultimately made you decide to come here?
Yeah, so my old firm ended up getting purchased I was with an insurance broker-dealer and got purchased by another insurance broker-dealer, and I just wanted to get to more independence and a broker-dealer not driven by an insurance company and by product. And I was choosing between a few broker-dealers, and I remember one of them I was meeting with, and they said, we're like an auto mall. We have like cars for everybody. We have Toyotas, we have Range Rovers, we have cars for everybody, and we can fit everyone's needs. And with Kestra, I feel Kestra really tries to aspire to the higher end producer and really caters to that and the growth of that high end producer. And so to me, that's what got me to Kestra, was I wanted to kind of find my lane and just stay in my lane and focus on, growing more.
Okay.
I think one of the main drivers in me making the change is, kind of this hamster wheel of sales goals that, we had to be on at the last firm. And I didn't really feel like that was in my client's best interest or my best interest. So ultimately, I really wanted to design a firm that allowed me to grow in the way I wanted to grow and have a team of people around me that really knew how to service my clients and really understood what we were going for. Technology, again, is one of the main drivers that made me make the move as well. So it was a lot of things, and really happy that I made the move.
So we were with an insurance broker-dealer also, and my partners, Patrick Wallace and Andrew Gardner, back in 2018, were like, we need to get out of here for the hamster wheel of kind of what they were making us do, which we would say in today's time, maybe there were conflicts of interest. And so we looked at 4 other broker-dealers, and then we narrowed it to 2. And why Kestra is the technology, the people, and the culture. And we kind of put technology out there as front and center in what Kestra is investing in, and they're investing in technology and their people, and that's what we needed. And so far, it's been everything they told us it would be.
We also transitioned from a independent broker-dealer, but they didn't differentiate between smaller advisors and medium-sized advisors and larger advisors. Everyone was basically treated the same. So from a service standpoint, we weren't getting the service level that we needed for us to be able to do the things that we wanted to do for growth, for clients. And the transition to Kestra, really the biggest things that we were looking at is what was going to be provided, how are we going to be treated, and maybe in a different way than we were being treated at our previous broker-dealer. And that's been exceptional. And again, going back to the platforms and the services that are available, that's just helped us tremendously.
Excellent. And so that kind of ties us into the last thing we want to talk about is really the culture here at Kestra. That's something we're really happy with. So how do you feel about the culture at Kestra? How are you involved in the community of advisors we've tried to cultivate here? And how do you feel like it's kind of helped your firm and your staff?
Well, I think the culture is amazing at Kestra, and for me, it's gotten a lot better as I've been here. I remember coming here in 2016 and didn't really know a lot of people, and it was a little intimidating. But the thing about it is, you can it's up to you. If you want to share and you want to learn and collaborate with ideas, then it'll get better and better. And so to me, culture's awesome, and I think you make what you can out of it, and it could be as great as you want it to be. So, and I think also in our industry right now, it is an amazing time. I mean, there is so much money, so much opportunity out there. There are less advisors that we're competing with. And so if you have Kestra behind you with the culture, with technology, with service, concierge, I mean, the sky is the limit for you and your growth.
We came in 2019. We came to this conference 2 years ago, and then everything. So it was scary. We didn't really know anyone when we came 2 years ago. And yet we've been doing the peer-to-peer conversations. I've been doing the Women's Book Club, and getting on those calls, and on an investment committee. And so trying really hard to connect. Had dinner last night, I now know Troy, and just trying to connect. And the more we're able to see each other in person, you can see people on the video, and so I kind of know some of the people, and I'll go up to them, oh, I saw you on this talking, but now that we're back in person, I think it'll just get better and better. But there's a lot you can do at Kestra to meet people on all these video conferences. It's just doing it.
Yeah, just because of when we transitioned, we haven't had the opportunity to meet as many people as we should have because of COVID and the timing. But this pretty much being the first major conference that we've been able to attend. Just in the last 2 days, the people that I've talked to and networked with, it's been a real benefit. Just associating with other advisors that kind of are on the same playing field as you are.
Yeah, that's really great to hear. And so the parting question I want to pose to you all is, what are you the most excited about for Kestra's future? I know they're selling a lot of great things here to Sin. What really gets you excited?
Well, I think I just kind of covered it a little bit prior. I mean, just the opportunity. I mean, what's exciting about Kestra is more about like what's exciting about my business and the opportunities out there, and then how Kestra then can help me in fostering that growth. And so to me, with the opportunities out there in the world, I mean, if I can have Kestra behind me to give me support, then the growth is exponential.
What I found really exciting about attending this conference is that I feel like everyone's really listening. That they're very interested in what the advisors are thinking and wanting to help them service their clients better, grow their businesses, and even collaborate together. So I think that's one of the most exciting things. And then also, one of my main focuses in my practice is sustainable investing. So hearing how, especially yesterday at the women's brunch, some of the things that are coming along there is really exciting to me as well.
I'm most excited that my firm, Gardner Wallace, we get to be fiercely independent. We're our own firm, but we have all this stuff behind us.
Totally.
And I get to call when I have a problem, and I get sent to where the problem solvers are. So I've got this tremendous organization backing up our little firm.
Yeah, I would agree with the support that's available. Also, the technology that, after listening to the presentation yesterday, the new technology that's coming out is really going to be a big benefit for all of us. In addition to that, the platforms that Kestra is rolling out, the new mutual fund platform that's going to be available, I think, in the spring of this year. It's just another way for us to be able to offer additional services to our clients. And at the end of the day, that's the most important thing.
Absolutely. Well, that was a fantastic discussion. Thank you all for joining me here today. I wish you all the best. And if anything ever comes up, remember, this team here at Kestra is here to support you. So we're always happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of your show.
Thanks,
Thank
Taylor.
you.
Thanks for having
Taylor.
us.